Welcome to another price prediction video. In today's video, I want to answer a couple of questions. The first one is Ethereum Classic a good purchase even after the green candles that we've had in the last few days? The second question is, how high can Ethereum Classic go? I'm going to try to answer all of those using one indicator. That indicator I will be using are the Fibonacci extension tools. I'm going to place the Fibonacci extension tool on it now, and I'll explain now why I use the Fibonacci extension tool. The Fibonacci extension tool is as a result of the Fibonacci sequence. When you see a snail shell or the way that a plant puts its leaves in certain positions, these are all biological decision-making processes that these plants and organisms do. The Fibonacci sequence and the numbers that come with it are just a mathematical representation of those decisions being made at the cellular level. As humans, we make cellular level decisions, and those cause us to get excited or greedy or fearful and click the sell button. And so what results over time is a chart, right? So it might be a completely new way for you to look at charts. This is how I look at charts every day. This is emotional behavior over a period of time. So when you're looking at human behavior, you want to see the patterns that exist. And I find that patterns are easier to find when you use the longest period of time to do so. So when I use my Fibonacci extension tools, I use it over the course of a whole cycle. Right here where I started was the peak of the 2018 cycle, 2017-2018 cycle, which happened on the 12th of January 2018 for Ethereum Classic. I then dragged that point down to the lowest point in the most recent bear market. And what you'll notice about my extension tool is that I've got some custom lines, especially if you're familiar with this. You'll notice that the 3.2 Fibonacci extension line is a new one to you. That's because on this channel, that's because this line is unique to this channel. It's one that I have backdated over so many coins over a long period of time, just to see how many times the 3.2 gets hit in relation to the 3.618, which is the line just above, and the 4.236, which is the line just above that. The 3.2 seems to be a really important line in the Fibonacci extension tool, and I think that's highlighted really interestingly on the Ethereum Classic chart, because on the 16th of December 2019, you would have been able to draw the Fibonacci extension tool on this chart. That's because we would have known the bottom was in, and the previous peak was obviously already in as well. So it was possible, it was feasible on this date, the 18th of December 2019, to set your sell order for Ethereum Classic at the 3.2 line. As you can see, the price went up, and as luck would have it in this instance, the 3.2 line gets hit absolutely perfectly. I've found that the 3.2 line is a fantastic place to exit the market for a specific coin, and if there's enough time in the cycle to then shift the profits from those into other coins that haven't gone yet in the cycle. Now, to answer the first question, do I think Ethereum Classic is a good buy right now? Well, let's get into my golden rules. My golden rules are the fact that we need historical data before the whole last cycle, and we have that for Ethereum Classic. We have ups and downs, we have price discovery, we have capitulation, we have all of this before the peak of the last cycle. Fantastic. So we're able to place our Fibonacci there. The second thing I look for is that if I'm going to be investing in a coin, the coin can't have hit its new all-time high in this cycle. As you can see for Ethereum Classic, this has happened. In fact, it breached new all-time high and went on to hit the 3.2. We've now come back down in price to these retracement levels, which again features a couple of new lines in my Fibonacci's that might be of interest to you. These are the 0.702 line, the 0.666 line, and the 0.6 line. These typically act as good purchase points for coins when you've seen them hit their peak. Interestingly, the price came down here, and if you had bought the 0.6, you'd have been majorly up today, even after selling at the peak. The third golden rule is that we have to be in the 0.236 zone. The 0.236 zone is right in here, this red zone. And Ethereum Classic again is not in this zone. So what does that mean for me? Well, it means it's not a coin that I'll be getting into. It would be my opinion that the 3.2 line was hit, the upper end of the fibs gets hit, even if a new all-time high gets hit, just barely, that means it's not a coin I'm going to be getting into. So for me, Ethereum Classic has already seen its peak for the cycle, and even if that's not the case and we do continue up and we beat the new all-time high, I do believe there are other coins that are more valuable to be in with higher gain potential. From today's price to the previous all-time high, we only have a 1.5x on your money. Even if we hit the top of the fibs, that's only a 2.3% gain on your money. and I just see greater opportunity elsewhere. So let's get into how high I think Ethereum Classic can go. And in order to do this, we're going to use our retracement lines on our Fibonacci tool. How we do that is much like how we do it for Bitcoin, which if you don't know that retracement theory, then you'll have to subscribe and have a look at the other videos because I talk about it at length. If we take the peak of the market on the 5th of May 2021 and drag it down to the bottom area right here, what we get shown is a range, a retracement range. This retracement range is between $102.03 and $98.02. This is in between the 702 line and the 666 line. If Ethereum Classic from where we are today at $51.64 were to rise up to this 702 extension, we only have 96% left in Ethereum Classic. Of course, it could go much higher. I just see the price potential in other coins far greater. And that would be my limit for Ethereum Classic if you did want to continue holding for just that 100% extra. I would suggest that if you're in Ethereum Classic, and even if you are just a tiny percentage down at the moment, I would consider checking out my document below. It is the 12 coins in the 0.236 zone. These are coins that I believe haven't gone in this cycle yet and have the most potential because they still haven't made their way up the fibs in this cycle. If I were in Ethereum Classic right now, I would be leaving Ethereum Classic after this wonderful green week, and I'd be distributing those profits or distributing those coins into some of the coins in the 0.236 still. That meet all of the golden rules that I have. So I apologize it's not better news for Ethereum Classic, but I hope it gives you clarity on my reasoning, and of course you can do whatever you want. If you're new to this channel, please consider subscribing. I have a whole suite of videos here that are price predictions for 2022, and if you can't find your coin anywhere in this playlist, just click the search bar here and type in the coin of your choice. In this instance, I want to look for HBAR, and all of my HBAR videos will come up. Just make sure to look at how long ago the video was made and choose the most recent one. If you're interested in my strategy to help my community retire in 2025, please consider clicking the join button. Joining as a member gives you access to a whole range of things, but ultimately costs £2.99 a month, which is the equivalent cost of buying one coffee in a whole month. And I think the community will vouch for me here and say that it's well worth the money. Thank you for watching this video, stay emotionless, and I'll see you in the next one.